Every single day, countries around the world go to work, run their businesses, and pay a secret tax to the United States government. They never signed up for it. They never voted on it. Most of them don't even know it exists. There's no bill, no paperwork, no agent at the door collecting anything. It's hidden inside something every single country on Earth needs to survive: oil. This system has been quietly running for over 50 years. And today, for the first time, it might actually be falling apart. This is the petrodollar. And once you understand how it works, you will never look at money the same way again. To understand this, we need to go back to 1971. Before that year, the US dollar had a very simple guarantee attached to it. If you held American dollars, you could walk up to the US government and trade them for real gold. Actual gold bars. That was the deal. That deal is what made the whole world trust the dollar. It wasn't just paper. It was paper backed by something real. But here's what America was doing behind the scenes. It was printing way more dollars than it actually had gold to cover. It was spending enormous amounts of money on the Vietnam War, on social programs, on competing with the Soviet Union, and it just kept printing to pay for all of it. Eventually, other countries started doing the math. They looked at how many dollars were floating around the world and compared it to how much gold America actually had. The numbers didn't add up, so they started showing up and demanding their gold back. And America panicked. On August 15, 1971, President Nixon went on national television and announced that the US was ending the deal. No more gold for dollars. Starting today, the dollar is backed by nothing. Just trust. That's it. And trust at that moment was in very short supply. The dollar immediately started losing value. Inflation kicked in. Other countries began questioning whether they even wanted to hold American dollars anymore. America had a serious problem. Its currency was losing credibility fast, and it had no plan to stop the bleeding. Then, in October 1973, things got dramatically worse. A group of Arab nations decided to use oil as a weapon against the United States. They cut off oil supplies and stopped selling to America completely. The result was immediate and brutal. The price of oil went from $3 a barrel to nearly $12 in a matter of weeks. Gas stations across America ran completely dry. People waited in lines for hours just to fill up their tanks. Signs that said "no gas today" became normal. The entire American economy slowed down. So now picture this. You're running the United States government in 1973. Your currency has no gold behind it. Prices are rising fast. And the one commodity that keeps the entire modern world running, oil, is being used as a weapon. What's your next move? America's Secretary of State, Henry Kissinger, got on a plane and flew to Saudi Arabia. And he made a deal that changed the entire financial world. Here's what he offered in plain terms. You sell your oil only in US dollars, not euros, not gold, not any other currency. Only dollars. In return, America will protect you. We'll sell you military weapons. We'll station troops nearby. Anyone who even thinks about threatening Saudi Arabia will have to go through us first. You'll be untouchable. Saudi Arabia said yes in 1974. The rest of the major oil-producing countries followed within a year. And just like that, the petrodollar system was switched on. Here's how it works in 3 simple steps. Step 1. Oil is now only sold in US dollars. That means if Japan wants to buy oil, it first needs to get US dollars. If Germany wants oil, same thing. If India wants oil, dollars first. Every country on Earth, no matter how big or powerful, needs American dollars before they can buy the one thing their economy cannot run without. That single rule created permanent, non-stop global demand for the US dollar. America didn't have to do anything else. The whole world just kept needing its currency. Step 2. Oil-selling countries like Saudi Arabia are now collecting billions and billions of dollars, way more than they can spend at home. So what do they do with all those extra dollars? They invest them right back into America, into US government bonds, into American banks, into US financial markets. The money goes out and comes right back. That's why it's called petrodollar recycling. Step 3. America takes that recycled money and uses it to fund its own government, keep its borrowing costs low, and pay for the military that protects the oil fields. The oil fields keep running, the dollars keep flowing, the military stays funded, and the loop keeps spinning, with America sitting at the center collecting the benefits. This is why economists called it America's exorbitant privilege, a polite way of saying America gets to play by different rules than everyone else. This system gave the United States something no other country has ever had, a financial weapon more powerful than any military. It's called sanctions. And here's why they're so devastating. So much of the world's trade, banking, and payments run through the dollar system that getting cut off from it is like being unplugged. From the global economy, you don't just lose access to American money, you lose access to the entire financial grid. That's why when America doesn't like what a country is doing, it doesn't always need to send troops. It can just cut them off financially and watch their economy collapse from the inside. For 50 years, no country could seriously challenge this system. But in 2022, something happened that made the entire world nervous. When Russia invaded Ukraine, the United States froze $300 billion in Russian government money. These were savings that Russia had legally stored inside the global financial system. Money they thought was safe. Every government on Earth saw that happen and thought the same thing. If America can freeze Russia's money, it can freeze ours too. And slowly, quietly, countries started making different choices. China began selling off US government bonds and buying gold instead. Saudi Arabia, the same country that built the petrodollar system, publicly said it was open to accepting other currencies for oil. India started paying for oil in its own currency, the rupee. In 2024, central banks around the world bought over 1,000 tons of gold. This is one of the highest amounts ever recorded. The dollar is still dominant. It's still used in 88% of global currency transactions. Nothing comes close to replacing it yet. But for the first time in 50 years, the foundation is shifting. So here's where we are. This system, this invisible machine that has quietly funded American power, is showing cracks for the first time. And if you're watching this thinking, okay, so what does this mean for me? That's exactly the right question to be asking. Hit subscribe right now, because the next video answers exactly that. What happens to everyday Americans, their savings, their prices, their jobs? When this loop finally breaks, that story is coming and you don't want to miss it. And drop one answer in the comments. Do you think the US dollar loses its dominance in your lifetime? Yes or no? I'm genuinely curious. One last thing. Go back to the beginning of this video. Watch the hook again with everything you now know, that invisible tax. You've been paying it too. Every time you buy anything shipped, manufactured, or grown using oil, a piece of that is the petrodollar. It was never just about other countries. It was always about you.